Brian.
Slut, stupid, faggot, retard. These are all ugly and uneducated words, and yet they're heard every day through the halls of our schools. Everybody here has a child or a grandchild that is in the school system, so every child that you know is affected by bullying. I was bullied as a kid. Right now I'm dealing with my children that are bullied as children. I've done some research and have a better understanding of what bullying actually is. Bullying separates our children from living the life that God has intended for them, and we as parents have an obligation to try and prevent bullying from happening or stop it when it does. During this presentation, I will explain what bullying actually is, the effects it has on our children, and ways that we as parents can stop it. Many people are unclear what bullying really is, so let's start there. Bullying is an epidemic that's going on in America today. It's still unclear what it actually is. There's 13 million children that are bullied every year. That is by a book actually titled Bully by Lee Hirsch and Cynthia Lowen. Bullying by Dan Olwis, he's a first bully researcher. He defines it as a repeated aggressive behavior in which there is an imbalance of power or strength between the parties. But there is no definite definition. It depends on the state that you're in, because a lot of the experts think that repeating behavior is what classifies it as bullying. Others think that one-time event could be classified as bullying. So they're not sure yet what the true definition of bullying is. Each state has a different definition. If you go to stopbullying.gov, it says that there is no federal laws that specifically applies to bullying. Some state laws have policies or laws. You can see that a lot of the states are starting to really make the laws to help with the different bullying that is going on in the school system, but there's still some that just have policies. They don't have the laws yet, so they're not protected. Bullying is not harassment. Any bullying that is towards a protected group, such as women, African Americans, or handicapped people, is considered a harassment and is actually can be prosecuted under the law. Bullying does not necessarily have a law to protect those children. Bullying is also not two children fighting. Children will often fight, and that's part of growing up. That does not fit under bullying. So now that we understand what bullying is, let's take a look at how it affects our children. There's obvious negative effects that bullying will have on children. Number one, it separates our children from God. God intends our children to live a certain kind of life and be expected to have happiness and to be able to go to school and be educated without fear. This is something that is taken away from them when bullying happens. So it also affects the lives of those that are bullied. According to the book by Carrie Goldman, Bullied, what every parent, teacher, and kid needs to know about ending the cycle of fear, states that bullying that takes place in school can impact a child for life. The victim begins to believe what the bully is telling them, especially when no one steps in to stop it. And then it affects them and changes their life forever. Suicide is also something that happens as a result of bullying. It's the third leading cause of death among young people, suicide. According to the bullying statistics.org, an average of 4,400 deaths occur due to suicide every year of young people. Of that 4,400, half of it is related to bullying. So you can end half of the suicides by ending bullying. So now, what can we do to prevent bullying from happening? Parent involvement can have a big impact on the prevention of bullying. It has to start at home. We have to ask the tough questions. We have to ask them what they would do. Have they ever experienced it before? Have they ever been bullied? Have they witnessed it? If you have a hard time dealing or asking those kind of questions, there's a movie out now called Bully. Sit down and watch the movie with your children, and then ask the questions based on the movie. Do a bully drill. A lot of times we'll do a fire drill with our children when they're young. Do a bully drill. What would you do in this situation? How would you help this person if you saw this happen to them? So we need to help each other. We can also talk to the school. Do they have any anti-bullying programs? What is the protocol for when bullying does happen in the school? And we all know it does. The more informed we are, the better prepared we are, and the better we'll be able to handle bullying. There's a lot of resources out there available to us to learn from. So we need to go out and research and learn what bullying can do so we can help to prevent it from even happening. Bullying can be confusing. It boils down to really one person or people hurting another person for no reason. It affects everyone. Every child is affected. And as we know, there are deadly consequences because of bullying. We as parents must take action and not stand idly by while we see bullying happen. You as a parent have an obligation to your child and all the children to start prevention of bullying at home. If you know of bullying, do not turn a blind eye, but bring it to the attention of the school, and then make sure you follow through to ensure that something is being done. You can make a difference and let the bullies and the school systems know that we as parents are not going to sit idly by and let bullying happen anymore. There are resources available to help parents deal with bullying and how to fight back. There's 13 million children that are worth the fight. Our children are worth the fight. Raising happy children that are living the lives that God has intended for them is worth the fight. Are we ready to fight? Thank you.